How's it going, everybody? Now, we're not quite yet done with this testing round. I know it's been more videos than usual, but as I mentioned in one of the other ones, I wasn't quite happy with the fact that I gave quite little feedback overall. There were a lot of mechanics to explain this time, and dragging out videos to over 15 minutes with lots of numbers can be a little tiring to watch. So I won't be throwing those at you in this one here. It's just going to be my thoughts on what additional changes I think could be implemented in those two reworks. I didn't make it a secret that I enjoy Valkyrie a lot more than Tiandi. In general, I dislike playing characters that dodge a lot, and Ubisoft really emphasizing this with his kit didn't really make me want to play him all that much. But never mind that now, let's talk Valk first. Her unique form of mix-up should have been a welcome change for the community. We've repeatedly heard how boring the orange-blue mix-ups are and how reworks are throwing away the identity of characters. It's not really important whether you agree with this form of rhetoric or not. Maybe you've seen me talk about it on Discord or follow my Twitter. I've been somewhat pushing for a blue move on Valkyrie. With that, I mean an undodgeable attack. It seems pretty clear that the devs tried to not need one on her. If you check the patch notes, they've adjusted both the forward movement as well as the overall trajectories of all her heavies. This is in part because of the meme that was her left side chain heavy feint to guard break, but also to boost her ability to catch and hit people in teamfights. And may I say it, this can really be felt. If I remember, I'll put some clips here now where I literally zoom across the fight to hit someone with a heavy. This would have not been possible before, at least I'm claiming this now, and it's really nice to see that the changes work so well. You can almost compare this to the stupid tracking that JJ sometimes displays with his finisher heavies. But she does indeed suffer against characters that dodge a lot, especially when it comes to the shield tackle mix-up. In particular against feintable dodge attacks, and in Tiandi's case you cannot even GB the dodge attack, at least my slow ass wasn't able to. And please don't start the discussion of all dodge attacks needing to be GBable all the time. That'll be the last time you comment on any of my videos. My point is that you do want to get into your chains to unlock your offense as Valkyrie. She's not somebody that shines out of neutral, far from it. So having a mix-up that forces you to feint to neutral a lot, as your in-chain options have a hard time dealing with dodge-heavy opponents, well, that kind of stings, doesn't it? Opponents that externally dodge away from you can also be a pain. This might be more of an issue because of external dodging, and nevertheless. That is also a reason why I'd prefer to see an undodgeable heavy compared to an undodgeable light. Bouncing off external guard with an undodgeable light would suck. I also know that undodgeable lights aren't a favorite in the community. Whether those reasons are justified or not, it's kind of irrelevant to my point really. You can see it on Kyoshin, for example. I think the blue heavy is used way more than the blue light. But yes, you heard right. I am asking for a blue-orange mix-up with her sweep. I think she would benefit greatly from it. A lot of people seem to agree here. The big discussion is more how to implement it. Make it a thing for all chain heavies. Make it a top light undodgeable only. Or something in between. Give your input down below please. Maybe you dislike the whole idea. Maybe you have a certain preference on which attack should have the property. One more thing I want to mention for Valkyrie is the damage on the shield tackle follow-up. Most complaints are about the animation, which I agree looks a little funny and not all that fitting for a spear. Well, I could live with it. Regarding the damage, my initial reaction was also that it is a little high, but over the course of a few more games and how often I actually hit it, and how much I need to go through to make it land, I think it is somewhat justifiable to keep it at 20, but as I said, I can also see an argument for it to be a little lower. Let me give you some other follow-up damage numbers as a comparison real quick. Kyoshin's, for example, is 18 or 20, depending on the first attack. Conqueror is sitting at 13, but as has been discussed in the past, that is for different reasons and lower than one would expect. Warlords is 15 or 30, depending on what attack you blocked. So overall, Valkyrie isn't really all that much of an outlier. Overall, I think her pick rate and placement in tier lists will be more determined by how much certain top tiers will get nerfed in the future. She doesn't have great matchups against some of the top heroes, and a lot of what she brings to the table is done better by others. But that doesn't mean she's bad by any means. She simply doesn't have anything that stands out as absolutely broken. Which is sadly almost a necessity to be regarded as top tier at the moment. Speaking of, moving to Tiandi. While objectively stronger, that rework isn't regarded as much fun as the Valkyrie one. In particular, lots of complaints about the dodge heavies. People dislike the new input windows, the new timings, and what I think is actually the most egregious of it all, the damage of Dragon Dodge. This thing should not do 25 damage. There is no way it should be this high. It needs to come down significantly. No amount of Garbrick vulnerability can justify that amount of damage. The only one that comes close is Warmongers with 24. That one's unblockable on top of it, but that one never felt nearly as annoying as Tiandi's. Next one then down the list would be JJ with 22, and then there is a big gap down to 16. Now let me pander a little, first even. I'll appeal to the uniqueness and identity and whatnot of Tiandi, because he always was advertised as a dodge specialist, ever since the beginning. And with all the recent changes, I'm talking about the non-TG ones, introducing dodge attacks for everybody with the main goal of using it to punish bashes. With that, it seems like Tiandi's Dragon Dodge was nudged into that direction as well, whereas it really doesn't need to fill that role. Tiger Dodge, is it just fine? It always filled that role. Tiger Dodge was even able to punish bashes many other dodge attacks couldn't. There is no real reason to make Dragon Dodge fill a similar role, just worse or with higher damage. It's totally fine for the two dodge attacks to fill different roles. Whatever those might be for Dragon Dodge, to be honest. Maybe the old dodge attack interacts with the new kit in ways that I can't see right now, which would make it justifiable, but as far as I can tell, it should be fine to keep the old Dragon Dodge values. The extra long Garbrick vulnerability should also be welcome since the community requested GB will dodge attack since forever. A weird demand if you ask me, but there at least won't be any pushback from them. There isn't really much else. Armor knockdowns needs to be looked at, but that is not a Tiandi specific issue that needs addressing right fucking now. I mean, Valkyrie has it too. More and more heroes with moves like that are becoming viable, so it's turning into more of a problem, but that's a topic for another day. It's always a little hard to figure a character out with just 1 week of testing grounds, especially when a lot of people stop queuing the mode after 2 or 3 days. Even that. For now, I'm pretty happy with both of the reworks and I don't see anything major that seems unfixable. As usual, don't forget to submit the survey. I will also put a link to it in the video description, and if, as usual, I'll forget to do so, it will also be pinned in my Discord. That link you can also find down below. So let's wrap things up. I'll do a detailed breakdown of the other patch changes in the upcoming weeks, as the TG videos were a little more pressed for time. There are quite a few cool things that aren't the dodge attacks that not everybody might have noticed. For now, I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody. Oh, a party.
Ah, fuck.
Imagine having armor.
Imagine. Imagine having stamina. Oh, imagine fucking blocking in the direction in case it's a heavy. I just fucking slapped it because I was like, he's gonna light me, and then, oh, okay.
No, I thought I whiffed it.